Hi guys, what is up? It is Alex here, and today we are here for another episode of Career Challenge. It's been a long time since we made one of these videos, and I thought it was about time to make another one of them. And I don't know when this is going up. It might either go up on my birthday, which will be the 11th, or it might go up a bit later, like the 13th, 14th of March, something like that. Or maybe I'll get 2 episodes of this in this week, who knows. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to getting back on this series. It's a great game. And yeah, so we'll just skip forward through this sort of waiting scene and get to the race. So here we are on the grid in Massawa, starting right at the back, because I didn't decide to do qualifying because I just wanted to see how I could do from the back. And this actually should be Monaco, shouldn't it? But you can sort of guess what happened there. I crashed on lap 1 and was out of the race by then, so I didn't get any points. So yes, it should be Monaco here. Bit disappointed that I just crashed at the start, but yeah, let's just go on to a better racetrack where I can actually race on this game. Monaco's such a hard track in this game. They go down to turn 1. I want to make sure I don't hit any cars going so slowly. The fact that all these cars are just going like 1 mile an hour is pretty weird. But anyway, I think we had a bit of contact with the car on the outside there. But we're up to 17th position from, I think, was it 21st on the grid or so. So yeah, that's not too bad. And now just going through the complex of corners at the start of the lap. Not the easiest track in the world, Barcelona, but I think it's a pretty nice track. On F1 2010, I think it was like glitched out, so AO was super fast, super slow. I think it was one of them. That was quite funny, but anyway, we're catching up to the back of the next group of cars. Now the leader has just rocketed away, the yellow dot on your map, or the yellow triangle, sorry. And now we've got to try and get past this guy in front of us. I think this might be the arrows, I'm not too sure. And I'm definitely going to get past him fast, because I think our Sauber's probably faster than him. And I'm braking a bit early there, I'm not going to lie. I think, there we go, I think I was going to go and do something here. I quickly went and like changed some settings on my PVR or something. But there we are, we're back. And whoa, I think it was that Badawa? The Ferrari Tesla, I was diving down the inside of me there, and I think I sort of hit the back, and then I go in the grass, just getting all out of shape here, and really, not the greatest first lap in the world, even though I did gain quite a few positions, and I'm deciding to do every race, full race, and so that's 7 laps. It's going to end up about 12 minutes long or so, and but I don't mind these videos, you know, get a lot of good response, which is a good thing. And I really hope that these will get a good response, because these take a lot more time than normal videos to tape, because the sort of the capturing system is quite a lot harder, and we've got a lot more leads and stuff to capture PS2 gameplay. And one thing I was going to ask, guys, can you record PS2 gameplay on a PS3? Because if you can, that'd be so much easier for me to do this, and maybe I could get this up a lot more frequently. But the fact is that I think you could do on like original PS3s, but I think mine's the 320 gig PS3. I'm not sure what model. I got it back in like 2010, so you can sort of base it on then when I got it, from what models it is. But yeah, if you could record PS2 gameplay on PS3, that would be simply amazing. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. I don't know, maybe you have to install extra software on the PS3. I don't really know, but if you could down in the comment section, guys, just tell me, and that would be awesome. And once again, around this complex of corners, getting it on the grass, which is obviously a bad thing, because we want to be clean as possible, because when you're on the racetrack, you're a lot faster. And obviously I wasn't going that fast there, off in the gravel. And so there's more cars into the pit lane here. They've got a lot of really weird strategies. There are people pitting on the end of lap 1, so they didn't even completed 1 lap before they came to the pit stop. Schumacher's in the pit, there's Hill's in the pit there, Barrichello's in the pit. Lots of cars in the pits, and now we're up into 8th position. And you can see how much farther ahead on the racetrack the leader is, the yellow triangle. And where we are in comparison, Della Rosa is the car behind us. I think at this point in his career, I think he was racing for Arrows, maybe he wasn't. But, you know, Della Rosa's had a long career in lots of different teams. But yeah, up into 8th position after 3 laps, but obviously the pit stops. Then going into the gravel, losing even more time. A stupid mistake from me there, which loses me even more time to Zanardi. But even though I go into the gravel every single corner, I can't give up. I've got to keep going. I'm still a bit annoyed about the Monaco race, because I think I crashed on the first lap, then raged because I got a bit annoyed. I don't know whether I don't think it was a crash. I think I just got annoyed, so I just retired from the race and finished like last. But yeah, I'm sorry about that, and we'll try and get the rest of the season done obviously with full races and everything. Zanardi pulling out even more time on me here, and I think you saw a couple of corners back I went into the gravel once again. Zanardi's extremely fast at the moment. Now I think that's Herbert and De La Rosa still the car behind me. There's a car off in the gravel here. Is this Herbert in the gravel? I think it was that Stuart Ford. Wow, that's a bit weird. Now Irvine is coming out the pit lane in front of us here. Now there is going to be some trouble with Irvine very, very soon as he comes out the pit lane just behind us. And the leader still rocketed off in the lead, even though it wasn't the original leader. He's still so much further ahead on the track than we are. And I think we're about halfway through the race here. And obviously we've got to come into our pit stop, I think lap 5. And the good thing about this game is that you have to do the pit stop by yourself. You have to press the X, triangle, square, all that sort of stuff to make sure the car gets into the box and everything correctly. And you can also buy things to make the race go better for you. You can get engine upgrades, you can get brake upgrades, I think, aerodynamic upgrades, stuff like that. Maybe you can't get aerodynamics upgrades, but I decided to buy, for 30 points out of the 150 I think I had, I decided to buy a perfect pit stop. Because I'm really slow through the pit stop, but I lose so much time through the pit stops. And I decided from pretty much if I have enough money for every race now, I'm just going to buy a perfect pit stop. And maybe if we get towards the end of the season and we still haven't got points, I'll probably end up getting some engine upgrades, etc, etc. But at the moment we're up in 4th position. Don't know how long this is going to really last, but we're going to keep going round and round and obviously try and gain as much time as possible. De La Rosa is still following us round. I don't know why. Oh, no, he's coming to the pit lane right now. And we're actually going to lead the race. We're going to be leading the 1999 Spanish Grand Prix. Not really expecting that going into this race, starting from last. But the fact that I got to the lead in this race was a bit of a success, really. I mean, we got out ahead of Irvine. And Irvine's on fire in this race. He's so much further ahead than everybody in this race. But this is going to be our pit in lap. We're going to make sure we're cautious, we don't get into any accidents, we don't spin, we don't hit anything. And Irvine is catching us at a fast rate of knots. So now we're trying to make sure we don't drive it into the gravel there. It's so easy to do it there. And this track looks quite different to the 2012 track, doesn't it? The sort of elevation changes don't look as big. And overall, it doesn't. I don't think, you know, when they made this game, they didn't really think about the circuits as much, but it's quite a fun game nonetheless. Now we're coming down the long back straight, going into the left-hander, braking on the braking point, going to the apex. Whoa, Irvine's there. He spins me round. Irvine not really looking where he was going. Now you sort of dive bomb that quite a bit, and we end up in the gravel, trying to get quite a quick recovery here because this is our pit-in lap as well. So we lost probably there at least 10 seconds, and that really damaged our chances of getting anywhere near the points in this race. And now trying to go around the last couple of corners. Irvine is still trolling round. We could take back the lead briefly before coming into our pit stop. There is the pit lane, diving into the pit lane, just letting the AI take control right now. And here we are, we're up into 3rd position, but we're going to lose a whole heap of places because of the contact with Irvine. We ended up probably losing about 10 seconds out of it, and where we could have been if that didn't happen in this race, I have no idea. Obviously the top 6 are the only cars to get points. I would have liked to get quite close to the top 10 in this race, but you can see that's not going to be very easy. I'm already down to 12th, 13th, Irvine's in 14th. We're going to probably come out, we're going to come out probably 14th, 15th, something like that. And just got to make sure now we don't lose that position and come out 15th. I suppose we weren't doing too bad. I think we came in around the first lap, in 17th. So the fact we're up to 15th is not too bad. I think we're still a pretty similar gap to De La Rosa, and Sarlo is the car in front of us. Let's see if we can catch Sarlo. He's the car in front of us. That's probably about a 5-second gap to him. And who knows what we can do. There's a 2.8 second gap, so a bit overestimating the gap there. And there is 2 laps to go, or just under 2 laps to go. Running into the gravel very slightly there, probably losing us a couple of tenths of a second. On these new tyres we are visibly a lot faster than De La Rosa and Sarlo. And going once again onto the gravel gives it even more time. And really, our Sauber, the Red Bull Sauber, isn't doing as good here as I would have liked. But you've got to think, a couple of laps ago here we were spun round by Irvine. I think it was even the last lap we were spun round by Irvine. We lost a whole heap of time, and now we're trying to catch up to Sarlo for 14th position, and our dream of getting anywhere near the top 10 here is going to be pretty hard. and Della Rosa's not even that far behind us, so he could easily get onto the back of us here. Now Salo, what is the gap as we come across the line here? We've done our pit stop this lap, and we're going to be closing the gap. There we go, a further 0.8 of a second, or nearly a second I think, in one lap to Salo there, which is pretty good. And on that pace we'll be pretty close to him by the end of this lap, especially if we don't run into the gravel, but we did just do that right there. And now we're going to be hopefully getting ever and ever closer around these more twisty parts of this circuit. And what's the gap to Salo now? Last time by it was 2.8, now it's 1.5, so that is nearly 1.5 seconds in one lap to Salo. Now what can we do? We've got 2/3 of the track remaining. Can we catch Salo? He's in, I can't remember what car off the top of my head he's in. If it was a lot closer I'd see. But he's not in such a good car, I think, as us. And we could be getting closer. We're so much closer to him now than we are than Della Rosa. We're just getting the gap down 0.6 of a second. That was 1 second in one sector, I think, there. And we are 4.1 ahead of Della Rosa, so the gap to him is going bigger and bigger. And now he's got to get a good run through the final couple of corners. Can we get the run on him down the main straight? I don't think so. So there we go, the final corner, guys. Up and across the line to finish in 14th position, very close to Salo at the end there. Oh, we got to 13th. The Schumacher pits on the last lap, and Ralf Schumacher won the race. Barrichello, Freighton, Trulli, Fisichella and Hill were the points. And look where we were with Salo. We were 0.4 of a second behind at the end, so pretty close. A pretty interesting race. But that's pretty much it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, you can leave a thumbs up. But yeah, it's been AlexZAfRo. Goodbye.